It's been a somber week throughout the Treasure Valley as we remember fallen Ada County Sheriff Deputy Tobin Bolter. Tomorrow, Deputy Bolter's memorial service will be held at the Ford Idaho Center. The service will be closed to the public, but everyone is invited to participate in a procession honoring Deputy Bolter from Eagle to the Ford Idaho Center. Now here's a detailed look at the memorial procession route, starting near Highway 55 in Eagle around 12:30 and then making its way to the Ford Idaho Center. Ada County Sheriff telling us to listen to directions if you plan to head out that way and to make sure you're safely standing along the roadway. They say to avoid West Joplin and Chinden. They say there's no safe place to stand there. Meantime, the city of McCall inviting the community to stop by a memorial set up in front of the McCall Police Department, paying their respects, saying a prayer, or having a moment of silence. They also provided information on how to donate to Deputy Bolter's family. And you can find that information on our website. That's idahonews.com. The service happening tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. The ceremony itself is for law enforcement, friends, and family, but those wishing to honor the fallen deputy invited to gather in the amphitheater just outside. We'll also be live streaming the ceremony in a special newscast tomorrow at 3 p.m. right here on CBS 2. And if you missed that fundraiser, you can give to Bolter's family directly through direct deposit at Idaho Central Credit Union. You can donate by mailing a check addressed to the Ada County Sheriff's Employees Association, and you can donate through Venmo. Just look for the Ada County Sheriff's Office Employee Association by looking up at ACSEA when you donate, and be sure to specify you want the money to go to Deputy Bolter. Officials also setting up a GoFundMe that you can send your donations to. So far, it's raised nearly $150,000. If you wish to give, we do have a link. You can find that on our website. Well, the Meridian Fire Department announcing they've rescued 2 cats from a house fire. Nobody was hurt in that fire. The cats receiving care and are expected to make a full recovery. That fire starting in the garage, spreading to the 2nd floor and then to the attic. This morning, the cause of that fire is under investigation. We'll keep you updated on this story as we do hear more. Now turning to the triple murder trial against Chad Daybell, it resumes today at the Ada County Courthouse. The prosecution spending last week laying out details of the murder of Chad's former wife, Tammy Daybell. Testimony we heard from the FBI agent Hart, who assisted in the digital investigation between Chad and Lori. His testimony showing messages between the two as they were married to other people. One exchange showing Chad saying he was, quote, miserable without Lori, and Lori asking, quote, are we supposed to wait forever? Colby Ryan, Lori's oldest son, also called by the prosecution. He testified about his relationship with his brother JJ and sister Tylee, and the last time he spoke to both of them. He also testified that Lori told him that Charles had died of a heart attack, her previous husband. We'll continue to keep you updated as the trial develops. And turning to developing news this midday, President Biden spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the weekend, according to a White House statement. The two discussing the negotiations now underway to secure the release of hostages still being held by Hamas, as well as an immediate ceasefire. That statement saying Netanyahu has agreed to open new aid crossings in northern Gaza starting this week. Rafah was also discussed. Israel poised to send troops to that southern Gazan border city, but the White House saying Israel will hold off for now.
They've assured us that they won't go into Rafah until we've had a chance to really share our perspectives and our concerns with them. So we'll see where that goes.
The Biden administration repeatedly urging the Israeli military against entering Rafah without a clear plan to avoid mass civilian casualties. Now, according to the State Department, Israel has yet to present such a plan. And anti-war protests on college campuses continuing to grow nationwide. Well, now schools under even more pressure to respond to the protests. Police in Los Angeles and other cities making around 100 arrests over the weekend. The protests led the University of Southern California to cancel its May commencement, citing security concerns and closing its campus to visitors on Saturday. Meantime, students demanding a ceasefire in Gaza and an end for U.S. military aid for Israel. Republican leaders denouncing the protest as anti-Semitic. Speaker Mike Johnson calling on the Biden administration to send in the National Guard to quell those demonstrations, a move that historically has led to students being killed. You'll recall back in 1970 at Kent State University when the National Guard was called in to quell student protests over the invasion of Cambodia. 4 students were shot and killed by police. Meantime, Democratic Senator Chris Murphy arguing such a move would violate the rights of those protesting peacefully.
We should all speak out, right, when protest crosses a line, when it becomes violent or when there's hate speech. But 95% of the young people who are on these campuses are there because they believe there's a fundamental injustice being perpetrated in Israel, and we should protect their right to peacefully protest.
But many of those student groups behind the protest, including Jewish activists, voicing their support for a ceasefire in Gaza, telling CBS News that individuals making inflammatory remarks do not represent their groups or their values concerning the war in Gaza. Well, hey, looking ahead back here at home, Foster and Hart, one of our local organizations on the front lines of the Idaho foster care crisis. We're hosting an all-day donation drive. It's coming up Wednesday. It's at Walmart on 10 Mile. We're collecting all the things that foster kids need, like clothing, shoes, toiletries, and more. We hope to see you donating. We'll be out there from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. And hey, it's Idaho Gives Week, and the Treasure Valley YMCA hosting a special event to raise money. Ashley Carter is there live and has more on the impact they're working to make. Ashley.
That's a perfect song. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I'm here with Mickey, the executive director at the Treasure Valley YMCA. And as you can see, we have an exciting event happening behind us. Can you tell me what's going on today?
Yes, we are doing our 6th annual Spinathon, which kicks off our Idaho Gives. So we are spinning, and today we are trying to raise $205,000 across our whole association.
Exciting. And so if people missed the Spinathon today, how can they help throughout this week?
Yeah, you can give online, and it's www.ymcatvidaho.org, and you can give it to your branch. We are matching donors all week, so you can give this week and it will be matched.
And so that essentially that donation, that'll be doubled on the impact they can make for the community.
Exactly. So if you give a donation through the end of this week, it will be doubled.
And what does it mean to you to see all these people back here helping the YMCA?
Yeah, I mean, our YMCA is amazing, and this is like community coming together. It's so great. And we raise dollars to support our community. We don't turn anyone away for the inability to pay. And so the dollars that we raise are so important to support our community.
And the money that's raised this week, where is that going to?
Yeah, so we, again, do financial assistance. So if someone needs extra support or needs help with program or membership, we have a financial assistance program, and they can come in and apply, and then those donors or donations go to support those families.
And again, what's that dollar amount that you're hoping to raise?
We are raising $205,000.
So exciting. And again, if you missed it today, you have all week that you can help. Your donation will be matched, so it's double the impact that you can help make. Thank you, Mickey. Anything else that you want to share about this week?
Nope. We appreciate your support.
Perfect. Well, reporting in Meridian, I'm Ashley Carter.
Oh, love it. We'll be hearing more from Ashley coming up in just a bit. Love that song in the background, by the way. But hey, we do have blustery winds heading our way this afternoon. Let's send it over to Vasily with a first look at your forecast.
Yeah, they were having fun doing that workout, and they were making that workout a breeze. And speaking of winds, we do have a wind advisory set to take effect here in the upper Treasure Valley and the western Magic Valley at noon today. We could see winds anywhere between 20 to 35 miles an hour in these areas. And over on the Camas Prairie, they could see wind gusts of up to 50 miles an hour today. Now, right now, we're seeing those temperatures in the low 50s here in Boise, and we've already seen those winds pick up this midday. We're sitting with a northwesterly wind of about 12 miles an hour, not affecting that feels like temperature at all, staying true to form at 52 degrees. Now, we could see wind gusts of up to 34 miles an hour this afternoon here in Boise. This cold front also going to cause some light snow showers in the mountains this afternoon, and cover your plants because these low temperatures tonight could be approaching or dropping below freezing. Now, as for temperatures today, we are looking at a high of 57 degrees here in Boise, expected to arrive first at around 2 p.m. We'll likely see some more cloud cover as we head into the afternoon, and then we should see some partly cloudy skies later on tonight. That wind chill is going to be about 3 or 4 degrees from that actual temperature, and taking a look at those low temperatures tonight, they are going to be quite cold, especially over in Mountain Home where they're sitting with a low of just 26 degrees tonight. Here in Boise will be a degree above freezing. Now, as for your chances of precipitation, may see a few isolated showers from Tuesday night and into Wednesday. Also from Thursday night into Friday, could see a few more isolated showers. And then over the weekend, we do have a slight chance of seeing a few showers here in the Treasure Valley. We are looking at partly cloudy skies on both Saturday and Sunday, much like we're expecting today. And as for high temperatures, we are about 10 degrees below average. We're looking at a high of 57 degrees in Boise. 57 also going to be the high over in Caldwell, Nampa, and Mountain Home at 58, looking like the high in Emmett. 59 going to be the high over in Ontario, and then moving up to the mountains, 53 over in Idaho City. 52 going to be the high in Sun Valley, and 38 looking like the high in McCall.